The Baby in the Basket is a horror film from 2025. This is directed by Andy Crane and Nathan Shepka, and it's written by Tom Jolliffe, and I apologise if I've mispronounced any of those names. And we have a cast including Amber Doig-Thorne, Michaela Longden, Elle O'Hara, Paul Barber, and various others. And I will say the performances are very, very good. The music is very good. Towards the end of the film, I'd say the second half is not too bad, but the first hour is a complete drag, and it's not particularly scary either. This is set during the First World War. It's set on an island in Scotland at a monastery, and, well, as the title suggests, there is a baby in a basket. And it seems like there could be something sinister and dark surrounding this baby in the basket, and in theory, scary things begin to happen. But as I said, it's not particularly scary. It does get a little bit more intense as it goes on. It gets a little darker, the performances get stronger as they have better material to work with. I don't think there was any point that was particularly scary. Maybe if you're not used to horror films, there might be a few jumpy moments, but in general, I wouldn't say it's a particularly scary film. Suspenseful maybe towards the end, or again, I'd say certainly the final third, maybe the bulk of the second half, and the film itself is not tremendously long. It's about 1 hour and 40, which I think is absolutely fine, but it was very, very slow. I think the time period works well. I don't know if it's 100% historically accurate, set in the 1940s during the war, but it felt good. It felt realistic. It felt atmospheric for the time period, so credit where it's due, that worked well. I think the camera work is good. As I said, the music is very good. The performances are good. It is simply the story being very slow for the bulk of the narrative. And once it does get going after the second half, there are some good moments of the narrative, but it still never became that scary. So it's not a great film, but I would say it's a watchable film. If you're interested in a film set during this time period, then I'd say give it a go. There might be aspects of it that work well for you. For me personally, I didn't think The Baby in the Basket was a great story. I'd say it's maybe average at best in terms of the narrative, but in terms of being a horror film, it's atmospheric, but it's not scary. So if you're new to horror, or if you don't like really scary films, then you might like the atmosphere. But in general, I'd say it needed a bit of work to be a decent horror film. As a story, it's okay. The characters are fine. The characters are well written. I wasn't emotionally connected to anybody in particular. I wasn't that bothered about any specific character. But I didn't dislike anybody, which is always a good thing. As long as I don't find the characters irritating, that's good enough for me. So I came away from it feeling not like I'd wasted time. I don't regret the time having spent watching it. I very rarely regret watching films, to be fair. But at the same time, it wasn't a great experience. If you're new to horror, if you have quite a low threshold for horror, if you're not that bothered about horror, but you're looking for a decent enough story with some okay characters, then maybe it's worth watching. I didn't love it, but if it sounds like it might be for you, then maybe it's worth checking out. There will probably be bits of it that you enjoy. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. The Baby in the Basket is, all things considered, an okay, watchable film. Not that scary, but an interesting enough story.